From where I stood, the wood ceilings glowed in the afternoon sunlight trickling in through the windows. Wisps of sand drifted through the open door. In the distance, I could hear seagulls and people laughing. Of course, the windows were cracks in the wall, and the reason the sand was drifting through the door was because there was no door. But it was the biggest driftwood house I had ever built, or seen for that matter. Just that morning, I had recruited my dad for my most ambitious beach project yet, a double-decker driftwood house. It would tower above all the other one-story houses scattered across the beach, and be roomy enough to live in. My dad didn't say it was impossible, but instead helped me dig holes to put in posts for a strong foundation. Together, we held logs with branches to hang the frame on. Then, I set off to find the logs I could carry, drag, or roll over towards the walls. After hours of hauling and carefully balancing more logs than I could count, I called my dad to help lift the final pieces of the roof and step back to admire my new house. The death trap, so called because climbing up to the second story would probably be fatal, was my proudest creation, but it was by no means the first. 5 years earlier, on another trip to the same coast, I was hiking with my family when we came across a small inlet with a huge rock near the shore. Of course, the only option was to build a bridge out to the rock. Given no choice, I tried to figure out how to get 2 logs that were 3 times my height over to the rock. Once again, my dad helped me, then passed me the smaller crossbeam while I precariously on the edge of the bridge and put them in place. As I worked, I watched the tide rush through the gap under me. It was a race against time to finish, or the tide would sweep away the bridge before I was done. Just in time, I reached the other side and climbed onto a new land. These 2 projects, and many others, both on and off the beach, are snapshots of myself. They show the joy I gained from taking on an impossible task and turning it into reality. But that's not why these memories are special to me. While the projects I worked on were satisfying, the best part was the time I got to spend with my dad. Both my dad and I are introverted, and it can be hard for us to connect through conversation. But we share the same interests and the same hands-on nature. Working on projects like these together is how we connect. My dad is like one of the first pillars in the sand that kept the house sturdy. When you first look at me, you might see a dreamer, a builder, or a crazy kid who wouldn't take no for an answer. But behind it all is my dad, showing me how to persevere, take on a problem, and help myself into the person I am today.